Alright, teamwork is the key to success, or so they say. Well, let's have a look. So, what is team? Now, if teamwork is the key to success, then team is a vital element to your network marketing business. Now, you see, team consists of a group of individuals with different strengths and weaknesses working together to achieve a common goal. You see, what happens is that each member also brings with the team a different set of skills, experiences, and ideas. Now, that is very, very important. A team member has to do a couple of things. Be a selfless in giving, which means that they're working towards the team goal, not towards their own goal. Share their ideas and experience. You see, if you have a team member that is looking after themselves and not the whole team, then the end result will suffer. Forget competing. It's not competition. It is brainstorming and sharing and working together. And help and support. You know, it is easy to criticize others, but it's really, really hard to be supportive of everybody, you know, without even thinking. So why is teamwork so important then in the business? Well, it combines different skills from many people and maximizes strengths, bringing out the best in each team member. You see, working together as a team, you will achieve success quicker and easier. You'll be pulling each other up, and you will be supporting each other. And you see, when you work together, you can always achieve bigger results, because even if you're good at certain thing in the business, you can't be good at everything. You know, if you're great at making phone calls, you might not be that good on internet. If you're great on internet, you might not be that good at social skills. If you know, great at, you know, doing a presentation, you might be not that good at selling things. So when you work as a team, you combine the skills. And this way, you know, when we always say that when you work in a team, 1 + 1 is not 2. 1 + 1 = 4. Because you combine and you achieve much bigger results. So this way, you brainstorm these new ideas and something that we call thinking aloud, where you need to learn in this business, and I'm telling you, I've seen it work hundreds of times. You need to learn how to think aloud. Don't ever go that, oh, you know, I've came across this problem and I don't know how to figure it out, I don't know how to solve it, and that's it, you know, it's a dead end, there's nothing I can do to progress further, this is it, you know. And as soon as you start talking aloud about it, and this is what I've learned from my own experience, as soon as I start saying it to my sponsor, I say, oh, you know, I've got this problem, you know, and I came across that and I don't even know what to do. And the sponsor will go, well, you know, I know, just as an example, you know, my car broke down, and I had a meeting in London, which then I had to cancel because my car was obviously broken down. And I was just sharing that with my sponsor, and I said, oh, it's a shame my car broken down. I had this red hot prospect there that wanted to meet me to hear more about the business, and I have lost him. And my sponsor said, oh, it's good that you said that, because I know that somebody else is actually going to London Distributor Center today. So they could, on the way, you know, from Bedford, pick you up and take you up to London. Now, you see, if I didn't verbalize that, if I was just thinking in my head, you know, there's no way I can get there, the train is not good for me, you know, and the train station is too far, or whatever, the buses don't go there, etc., I would be stuck. But by thinking aloud, I become unstuck by getting new ideas, by brainstorming. Now, teamwork encourages discipline and holds you accountable. You see, it is easy to break promises that you give to yourself. How many of you have made New Year's resolutions before? And how many of you have not kept that promise to yourself? I mean, I'm one of those, I've been trying to quit smoking for about 13 years before I finally succeeded at it. And, you know, luckily for the last, I think, 8 months or 10 months, I'm a non-smoker now. So hopefully I'm not going to go back to it. But I've tried hundreds and hundreds of times probably to quit. And every New Year, every other Monday, every other Thursday of the month, I would be quitting, and well, next month I start, and next week I start quitting, and you never do that, you always keep breaking that promise to yourself because it's easy. Nobody knows you made that promise to yourself, do they? So it is easy not to keep it. You see, when you work in a team, when you promise something to other team members that you will deliver, then it's a lot harder not to. It's a lot harder to break that promise because it's your reputation, at stake. So if you promise something, you will try and deliver on that. So it promotes a sense of achievement also, because when team members, when you achieve something within the team, you get that instant feedback. You get an instant, result. Because the team members will be the first one to say, well done, you achieved very well, and well done for sponsoring that person, or well done, for selling so much product, or well done for getting that free holiday, or whatever this is. The team members will encourage you, and that will create a feeling of connection and belonging, but also it will create a feeling of, competence, because you will become more competent and confident. Because you'll think, because you've done it and because you got this recognition, you are a competent person in this business. You're not just trying your luck. You're actually doing something that works. And when you understand that, that creates confidence. And confidence obviously automatically makes you do more things better. And a good team will always outperform individual. Now you see, the biggest business people in the world understood this long time ago. And there's even a saying that I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of one person's efforts. You see, a group of people will always achieve more. This is why many businesses are now looking at teamwork. They are looking at, doing their business on a network marketing model, because they understand how powerful that is. Even corporate companies now have these workshops, these training days where people bond together, where they become a real team, that sense of belonging, etc. Because these companies understand how powerful that is. So this is something we have inbuilt in network marketing business. So similar dreams and goals motivate. You see, the reason why I always encourage my team members to go to business opportunity meetings, to training events, to national conferences, to webinars, obviously it is to learn something, but also it is to meet people with similar dreams and goals. Because not only that it will motivate you, it will also create you a feeling that you're not on your own. Very often when people separate themselves from the picture, they don't go to the meetings, they don't go to the trainings, etc., negative things start getting into their head. They start thinking, look, I'm on my own, I'm the only one doing this business, it's not working for me, I'm not achieving the results I expected to achieve, etc., 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 and they start justifying that perhaps, it doesn't work for them, perhaps they should quit, etc. Whereas when you go to these gatherings and when you meet other people with the same dreams and the same goals, and when you see that they struggle through the same things as you do, then you realize that you're not on your own, you're not special, you're not worse than anybody else. You're actually going through the same motions as everybody does when they first start this business. And all you need to do is just stick to it, talk to these people, try and learn from them on how they overcome their difficulties, and you progress. Also, good result propels everybody forward. This is why it's so important to share not only bad stuff, but good stuff too. Whenever you achieve something, share that with your team. Tell them, look, we achieved that, and I've managed to do this, and I can teach you how to do that too, So this way, it will propel everybody. We just recently saw a couple of leaders returning from Malta, from the international company meeting, and even though personally I wasn't there, just looking at those pictures, looking at their faces, just hearing those stories, uplifts me right away, and it makes me want, to go there next year by myself, to be there also, so those good results, even though they haven't been achieved by me, that still motivates me to carry on forward. Tasks are accomplished on time due to responsibility sense. So when you're in a group, you will set deadlines. You'll say, look guys, okay, so this is your part, this is your part, this is your part. Let's get together, in 2 weeks time, put it all together and get this thing done. So this way then you will have a deadline to work towards, not one day, not someday. Also, teamwork divides the task and multiplies the success. You see, if you want to try something and do it on your own, you sometimes get overwhelmed, because you need to take care of the technical side of the speaking, writing, selling, sponsoring, whatever it is. So it's a lot of things to take care of. However, if you work in a group, somebody can take care of the presentation, somebody can take care of the setting up the tables, somebody can take care of all the organizational stuff, etc., and it makes any task a lot easier, because only thing you do is you do your little bit. So sticks in a bundle are unbreakable. Now, I'm sure most of you have seen that example, where if you hold one stick, it's quite easy to bend it and break it. Or if you exactly the same thickness and size sticks, if you have 10 or 20 of them in a bundle and you try and bend them and break them, it's really, really hard. So that, again, in a group, you sort of outweigh each other. So there are always two-man jobs which can't be avoided. But you see, what happens in a teamwork, somebody might have less skills than required, and somebody can have more skills than required. And when you put them two together, they sort of outweigh each other. So this way, they become that bundle of sticks. So building a job on your own is difficult, but possible. However, no one can whistle a symphony. Only the whole orchestra can play it. A snowflake is just one of God's most beautiful creations. But look at what they can become when they stick together. What havoc they can create, especially here in UK. As soon as we get 1 inch of snow, it's a national disaster. So, things together, they multiply and they create something really, really unique. Also, in terms of this example, one thing I remember one of the leaders said in the national conference was that they used an example of not sticks, but they used the example of rubber bands. And again, you can have rubber bands that are of different sizes. One might be tiny, other one is bigger, etc. But when you take them together and you stretch all of them, they become equal. They become exactly the same size, all of them. So this is how, again, the teamwork works. Because somebody actually will need to stretch very little in order to achieve the results in the team, which somebody else will have to stretch a bit more. However, when you work together with those team members, it's easier for those that haven't got that many skills to stretch a bit more than they would usually on their own. So question, 1 + 1 equals what? Well, you see, traditionally 1 + 1 equals 2. But when the teamwork works, it becomes something else. It becomes completely different. What it happens, it actually equals to 3. So that's a new way of looking at maths for you. It is a different way of approaching it. So it does become 3. 2 heads are indeed better than 1. So it increases productivity and creativity. It allows for diversity of ideas, opinions, and solutions. And sometimes you can be best at something, and it only takes one idea, and you go, wow, you just blew my mind. I never thought of something like that. And, a person just came up with that. It fulfills people's general desire to be part of something, to belong. If a person joins your organization and they don't feel that they are part of the team, they don't feel that they are part of the organization, they will quit. I can guarantee that, if they feel that they are on their own. So teamwork makes sponsorship simpler. New distributor needs help and support. But what if the sponsor is new themselves? Well, the applying team can help with all the questions. So if you are new in the business, don't be scared thinking, how will I become this leader to somebody? Because there's other people in your organization that are more than happy to help. The upline team will teach and train both of you at the same time. The upline team will be there until you until you don't need their support and sponsorship. So if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. And that's by Henry Ford. Now, coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is a progress. Working together is success. So, teamwork is essential, and it allows you to blame someone else too.